Alright, we're back. Sorry about it, ladies and gentlemen. It would appear that... oh. Alright, sorry about that. I had a brief and unexpected interruption to the internet connection for no adequately explained reason. So, where do we leave off? Oh yeah. Thankfully, I just was able to leave Alice, you know, Chaz and Han standing there on the stairs, and no one decided to attack them. Very, very nice of the monsters, you know, very polite. That's me, you know, face planting against the keyboard to get the stream out. And let's carry on. Carbon suit. Now this, if I'm not mistaken, is armour for Alice. That's always nice. Bit of extra gear. He's the most lifelike I've ever seen him. He who cast the first stone, after all. So, Alice doesn't know about magic that turns people to stone, but does know about the cure that turns them back from stone to flesh. Who cares? Oh, we could get on eBay. Or Amazon, maybe. Finger wag. Again, Alice is great. Hey, that covers the expenses of all the gear we bought back at Melee. Poor Han. Well, that's his pension fund completely depleted. Now it's going to be in his overdraft. Alright, so, straight south then. No, that way, that's the sea. Finally getting to the actual overworld critters. So these guys, because they're like, you know, sand caterpillars, are actually resistant to fire, but this is where Han comes into his own, because his water ability, which is, again, technically ice, because this game's translation is strange, that will instant kill any of them. So Chaz deal with the one on the left. Han gives him, you know, a little spritz, and they're dead. Peanuts. Alright. Now, the sand newt could very well be the most dangerous one here, or possibly, you know, maybe it's just really, really friendly. Also, hello to Blue Sea. Hope you're doing alright. So we'll focus on him first. Nope, completely missed. Alice ain't kissing no frog prince today. Hooray! We triumphed over the giant caterpillars. Right. Couple of things. So first off, Chaz has actually learned the Su or Tsu technique, which is, of course, I think that's Japanese for energy or something like that. It's a non-elemental attack. It's quite powerful, actually. But with him having learned this, we can also do something else with the macro ability that I told you about before. So this game has what's called combination attacks. Now, when characters cast spells, if they combine spells at certain times, this includes spells and like special abilities, they actually create more powerful attacks. We have access to one right now thanks to Chaz learning that, so if we build the macro like so... There we go. We'll get to use that when we have our next open world encounter. If we get 3 or more monsters, that'll be particularly good. How obliging. So let's go to the macro. And we'll use that. Ah, didn't quite work. I'll tell you why it didn't work. It requires all of your characters to act in turn. But because the locuster on the left is actually faster, it resultantly, you know, got the attack and broke the combination. But that's not the end of the world. Not to worry, Blue Sea, all of the stuff that we've done on Banana Fish is on the channel itself. It's also on SoundCloud, so you're more than welcome to listen to that whenever. There's no Banana Fish stream this week because Doc is on vacation. This is why I'm filling in by playing something that is technically 50% anime by volume. But we will be back next week with a double bill of Banana Fish for covering episode 9 and 10. We'll be doing 2 streams over the course of 2 days. So don't worry, we will definitely be covering it in due course. Ah, this place looks fine. Nothing terrible's happened here. Oh, great. It's the ominous music again. Sounds like what plays every time I go into Primark. This, by the way, was the town that Alyss mentioned is where the Asherline is kept, the stone cure. But, well, who's this mysterious blue-haired fellow? I swear to God, in a different, you know, in a different timeline, Rune would be a fake Grand Order character. What you'll quickly learn about Rune is that he continually takes the piss out of Chaz, and it's a running thing throughout most of this game, but in a nice touch, especially for writing by early 90s standards, they actually do have a relationship that develops from that. Like, they aren't like constantly butting heads, they actually, you know, get better, so that's always welcome. Yep, Rune's immediately tacks on to the fact that Chaz is not particularly bright. So no way, okay. Ham was run out of that town, clearly. It seems that Alyss and Rune have history, as you say. Funnily enough, I actually was looking into some details about this game. It turns out it's entirely platonic history, but not from the expression there, that's for sure. Rune is great. A lot of the characters in this game who join your party are fantastic. Alright, so we've got Rune in our party. So, firstly, let's actually head out of this ominous-sounding area. There's nothing in this particular place anyway. Alright. So I actually didn't check out Han's stats before, so we'll just have a quick nosy at him. His profession is Scholar. And, well, he is kind of like a middle-of-the-road caster, pretty much. He can use restorative spells and some, you know, techniques. He's okay. He's alright. Now, let's check out Rune, though. And Rune is literally a wizard. Like, it says right there, literally a full-blown wizard. His age is also question mark, which means he's clearly, you know, 2,500 years old. But he's also level 17. So I mentioned in the other stream I did before my internet decides to have an aneurysm, that one of the things I like about this game is that it actually uses levels really well, like to show like characters who are vastly more experienced than our own dudes. Hey, we've got Ryudo in here. Good to see you, man. But yeah, Rune is level 17, and he will basically one-shot anything at this point in the game. It's not even funny. And as his profession states, he is, well, a full-blown caster. He will blitz everything. In fact, I'll show you. Or I would if I was figuring out how to sit. Okay. Oh. So yeah, Rune also has these two techniques which are incredibly useful. These are your fast travel skills. Ryuka will allow you to teleport to any town that you've already visited on the planet. And on top of that, Heinous will allow you to escape from a dungeon. So once you're actually done with the dungeon, you can just hit that and escape. You don't have to walk right out of it, which is so ludicrously useful. Like, okay, so let's see how we get on here. We'll actually let Rune do the clean-up on this one firstly, since he's here with us. Now, he's got two special techniques, Hewn and Flaily, which, again, nonsensical names, you don't know what they are. But Hewn is actually a all enemies wind attack, so we'll have him, do that, and, well, the fight's over. That was easy. Peanuts. Oh no, whatever will I do? Clearly, I'm outmatched by these sand newts. Oh no. Yeah, like I say, it's just... He'll one-shot anything at this point in the game. It's not even funny. I feel like you could play the What Is Love song to these guys and their little rhythmic spasms there, but we'll not, again, worry about that. Dealt with. Now he also has the grass skill, which is gravity, and well, it's just so easy. Oh, I think I might have possibly gone the wrong way. Never mind, I could do it again. The character's leveled up a little bit, and since we've got Rune with us, it just makes everything so laughably easy. For now, anyway. It won't stay this way forever, of course. This really does feel like travelling music, I must say. Like, if this was playing over, like, the first part of Fellowship of the Ring, it would actually fit. Doop, doop, doop. So Chaz leveled up. That's always nice. So we were actually meant to head east, which was me, fouling up. Alright, this is the town that Han mentioned before that he did not want to visit. Han's come home on the homestead. Alright, let's go visit the place everyone goes to whenever they visit a town like this, which is, of course, the weapons store. Well, armour instead, I suppose, but we can start buying stuff. So the first thing we'll want is to get a carbon suit for Chaz. I'm not going to buy one for Han because he's actually still dual-wielding shields, so he doesn't really need the extra defense right now. Get a helmet for Chaz. Circlet. We don't really need that for Han. Again, he's tanks up on defense. We'll buy him another carbon shield though, that can't hurt. Right, let's get this all on here. And one final thing, which is the Carbon Crown Relic. And I'll quickly sell everything. Yeah, there is a bit of busy work, unfortunately, a bit of menu navigation in this game, which is a touch annoying. I'll sell the helmet later. I'm not going to bother wasting time on that now. Right, let's go exploring. Now, telepipes and escape pipes are the same thing as the spells that Rune has. We're not going to need them right now because, of course, we have Rune in our pie, but they're always nice in case you run out of 10 TP so you can't cast it. So we'll have one of each, actually. It's only really necessary to have one of each if you have a character who can cast those spells, simply because once you've got that, you can then get to the nearest inn and you're fine. But having those, like, in a little, you know, break glass in case of emergency thing is always welcome. Chaz is not impressed by dogs. This dog, I believe, actually will be relevant later in the game, believe it or not, in a side quest. Oh man. Now for a cutscene. In case you're curious, no, the blue hair does not mean she's related to Rune in any way. My The man is so embarrassed, it's actually kind of pathetic. Yep, that's how cool Saya is. She can literally make herself sparkle on demand. Today's lesson at Saya's school: how to avoid being eaten by sandworms. Oh, it's getting schmaltzy. And because he's so embarrassed, Han just immediately shoots like a bottle rocket to get back in the pie. Back in line where he belongs. Now, that speaks to this guy. Meteors in outer space? Never. Don't buy it. Oh, I didn't actually mean to leave the town. Let's head back in. So yeah, we can actually hit behind the shop. There aren't any weapons here, lady. You're lying. You're lying. Studying. Pfft. The power of science! I do like how Han's father just stepped back a tiny bit when he said that. I would too. He's got a funny way of showing it. Well, that was a riveting family reunion. Let's be on our way. So we need to head north now to go get to Tanoe. What will I do with this fight? It's a bit tricky. Bleh. Like I say, it really is just overkill at this point. I'll level up though, so that's nice. Oh, not getting that cave just yet. Alright, let's see if I can actually use this particular macro, because I mentioned before that you can do combination attacks. So in theory, because we've leveled up a bit, we should be, you know, we should actually be faster than these enemies and be able to do this. So let's see if this works. Nope, it didn't work. Boo. Yeah, that last one got him before Han did because he's a slowpoke. Whoops. I'll demo it eventually. It is ridiculously useful. Well, Rune could certainly make a career for himself as a deep earth excavator if you know the whole wizard thing doesn't pan out. Might be a bit confusing, but just to make a quick distinction here, There's actually like two different kinds of what I suppose you call magic in Phantasy Star. Techniques, which are psychic abilities, basically. That's the stuff like summoning the fire and war that Han and Lish use. And there's pure magic like what Rune uses. Magic, of course, being infinitely rarer. So we're now in a nice little valley, little cave maze here. First palette swap. Hour in. Fair enough. Alright. Just have everyone beat on these guys for a moment. Now, Rune, of course, because he's a wizard, doesn't actually hit that hard. And this is where the guys start hitting a little harder. But of course, Rune, he's pretty tough. It's fine. Let's try this again. Nope. This does actually work, I promise you, but it's just being really irritating right now thanks to the monsters being faster than Han, who, I presume has some sort of crippling leg injury that means he doesn't quite move as fast as he should. Alright. There we go. Everyone's nice and healthy again. And of course we move no more than 5 feet and we're in a fight. What a surprise that turns out to be. Well, since we've got Rune here, we might as well make things hard for ourselves. He sadly isn't, Rudo, but I'm pleased to report there are indeed laser guns later in this game. You will get hot laser action at some point. And this room has nothing in it. But at least it didn't get into an encounter during it, so that's nice. I don't know, it's just something funny about seeing Blob. Oh, I'm the Blob. Turn up on here. Yep. Let's hang her right. That was a mistake. Ah, so Chaz has learned his first... Well, he already had a skill called Earth, but it's kind of rubbish, so we don't talk about it. But Crosscut is his, like, first actually really useful attack skill. Feeling frisky, let's give it a try. Nope. Still too much to ask. That's what you get, Han, for being that slow. Alright, maybe something decent in his chest. It's a bit of money. Nothing major. Say, Rune's got, like, more than enough TP to go through these enemies with such ease that it's no point really, as far as efficiency is concerned, doing anything else. Bit lame, but it is what it is. Ah, now I can do this. I can't because Chaz doesn't have the TP for it. I've been foiled again. I'm a terrible Let's Player, I'm so sorry. So Han's learned the technique Anti, and it would not surprise you all to learn that that actually cures sleep. No, of course it cures poison. Doop, doop, doop. Now Alyssa's leveled up for the first time, and she's learned Zan. Zan is like Hune, it's a wind-based attack that hits everything, but it's not quite as powerful as Hune. Even if she was like of similar level and stats to Rune, it would still wouldn't do as much damage. Oh, it's a straight shoot, and we made it! Alright. Welcome to the happiest town on this entire planet with this ridiculously goofy song. So yeah, we meet our first alien race. So these are... You know, I'm terrible. I don't even know their names. I should know it. It'll said to us in a minute, so... by the way, the other town that was destroyed, Malcolm, that was a town of these people as well, so they're all dead. Yeah, they're Parmanians, that was it. Nothing to do with Parma no. Now, there is actually a shop here. These stalls will sell you stuff, provided they're not asleep. There we go. Now, these guys sell titanium weapons, which are quite handy, so we'll start off with that. Two slashes for Alyss, and that will do for now. Now there is also an armor store here, which we'll visit. That's not the armor, of course. Yeah, this is the point where the game actually starts making, like, you know, things be really, really expensive. So we'll buy what we can for the moment. Now, funnily enough, Han and Rune actually can't equip the Titan shields, which is a bit strange. We're not going to buy any shields for Rune, though, because I have a premonition he's probably going to disappear in a bit. He's got other stuff to do. That said, we can give Charles his new helm. And now let's sell some stuff. Alright. And we're good. We could in theory buy titanium mail, but we'll leave that for the time being. Instead, let's go in this tent here. This guy's a portrait. He might be important in a bit. Well, he should have gone out and grinded then. You don't go fighting a JRPG boss when you're under-leveled. God! Oh. Well, don't I feel like a prick. So yeah, Zio did kill every single, you know, Parmanian in the town. And on top of that, you know, he burned down the orphanage and, you know, kicks all the nuns out. Great. So, the correct thing to do with all the questions that you ask this guy is to say no. And that advances the plot. But let's have a laugh. So yeah, he will not tell you the secret of refining titanium. Because it is a secret, as he astutely points out. By the way, this, believe it or not, is foreshadowing for a decision that you, like, or at least a train of logic you have to employ to get one of the ultimate techniques in this game at, like, the very end. Believe it or not. I do, Grandfather Dorn. Please tell me. I don't... I mean... So, he put a single boulder in front of that, you know, canyon to stop Zio from getting here, despite the fact that he is probably on par, if not stronger than Rune in terms of magic. Like, you need a bit more than that, mate. So, nope. And no. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, I would like to point out that, yes, that the Alyssa he's referring to is the one who's immediately in front of him. I mean, he is technically talking to Chaz here, but yeah, I mean, this guy clearly has cataracts. Or possibly dementia. Or possibly dementia and cataracts. But we will answer yes. Ooh! Critical hit. You were right in front of me all along, and suddenly you punched me in the face for revealing information about you. This is a travesty. In case you're wondering, by the way, no, it is never revealed how he knows this information. Deck him again. Deck him again. I like to feel it. I like to imagine that, you know, this transition here is, you know, overlaid with studio laughter. Oh, Grandfather Dar, you're so senile. My iPad. I left it here ages ago and I want to finish reading, you know, The Mountains of Madness. Great. Oh, a basement warehouse. Yeah, that's going to be totally safe. Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing, you know, nasty and crawling around in there. So, Grizz is now going to join our party while Rune decides, you know what? I've helped you chump for too long. I've made it too easy for you. I'm sodding off for a fair bit. What? Major fourth wall break! Dun, 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 dun. No, really, like, I said before that there was one point where Alyssa would feel like she was, you know, peering through the, you know, your TV to point and literally say to you right into your eyes, but this is literally Rune just like, no, turn off the PS3. Some big boss level shit going on here. And Rune was never seen again. But now we have Grizz in our pie, so let's head outside. So the basement that they're referring to is actually behind this gigantic pile of crap. Let's go visit some people first. Well, that was insightful. Also very insightful. Alright. That could apply to a lot of people I know who play fighting games. Success is arrived at through many failures. Alright. So this is the basement. It's called brute strength because you have tiny little, you know, stick insect arms, Chaz. There you go. Now, this dungeon is actually quite dangerous, believe it or not, at this point of the game. Mainly because we've also lost Rune, but, well, the monsters are quite strong. So, first thing I'm going to do is actually go to the menu, because there are a couple of things we can do. So, one of the mechanical things is called the order. So you might know that Alyssa is, you know, in the middle, and then Chaz and Han, like, you know, are on the like second and third slots, and then Han, like Grizz will be on the outside. You can actually change what order your characters are aligned in battle, and that's actually important. So we will start by putting Grizz first, then Chaz, then Alyss, and then Han. Why this, you might wonder? Well, it turns out that your character who actually leads is the most likely to be attacked. Now, it's not, of course, necessarily going to guarantee they will be, but since Grizz is actually, you know, got the most health of our characters right now, and also has the best gear since he's covered in titanium mail, it makes sense for him to be first. This also means we can just quickly update our macro, which is actually already set quite handily. That's nice. And I'll do a new one as well. That's actually, no, I'll skip that because we don't have enough deep buffs at the moment to make it worthwhile, so let's keep going. One nice thing, by the way, is that when you put a new character in the lead, they are the ones who actually, you know, inspect stuff. Oh, this doesn't change cutscenes, unfortunately, but it's, you know, amusing for, like... Alright, so we've seen these guys before. Now, Grizz, his role in this game is simply to hit things incredibly hard. That's really it. Now, he has some skills, but they're really not that helpful at this point of the game. So we'll just have him whack stuff. Unfortunately, one of Grizz's faults is that he also, you know, moves slower than molasses, which is not very helpful. Now, that ain't no toadstool I've ever seen, that's for sure. So, we'll just do the usual thing here. Ah, Alyss has been paralysed. That's not the end of the world, though. Monster, monster. Now, one of the nice things about this is when you actually have paralysis, your characters in your party stop moving while they're on, you know, the overworld. So Alyss, however, shook it off quite quickly. Blobs and toadstools. We have Chaz blow a Sue there. And we can just resort to attacking them. That'll finish them off. That's correct. That's why paralysis isn't actually that dangerous between fights. Top Chaz up a little bit. So there's some loot, of course, to be picked up in here because it's a dungeon. What do you expect? Ah, surprise attack, quite handy. Now this time I should actually be able to show off the combination attack I wanted to because we've got a surprise attack, and because Grizz is the slowest, he's not going to act before anyone else. So without further ado, I present to you Tri-Blaster. So yeah, if you use certain attacks in combination in certain order, you can cause characters to do a combination attack that's really, really powerful. Like, some of these are ridiculous. Now, we're not going to do it this time because it'll be too slow to get, you know, hit before more the Toadstool's axe. But there you go. It does work, see, I wasn't lying. Yeah, I told you this dungeon was a bit dangerous. Well, that's nice. Alright, just to do a quick bit of healing up. Oh, wrong thing, silly me. So yeah, you can of course use healing magic while out in the world as well, which is quite nice. A mere 100 Miseta. Worth it. Totally. Now the blobs, as it turns out, are actually resistant to physical attacks, which is why I'm not having Alice hit everything. Instead, going to have her and Han do some magic damage to them. While Gris and Chaz, you know, actually hit the toadstools. Ah, I went too far. Because you can see, you know, Siren Call will loot there. Gotta go back, of course. I can't ignore that. The nice thing about getting all this money, of course, is that when we go back up, we can actually buy some more armour for our characters. Ah, screw it. Rex. Tri-Blaster will lose its effectiveness eventually, but for the moment it is, if you can actually pull it off, it is an instant clear on pretty much everything. Someone get that frog some medicine. God. Alright, now's a good time for me to show off Chaz's crosscut ability. Or I would if he hadn't been, you know, the frog hadn't been killed before I could get the chance to do it, but, well, hey, never mind. More cash, always welcome. Nothing in there. And a big fat load of nothing in there as well. JRPG dungeon designers are sinister people, like they'll trick you into thinking there's loot in every room when there really isn't. It's kind of rude. Alright, same strategy again. It does. Most of the creatures on this particular planet, spoilers by the way, are actually weak to water. And Han is a pretty good spellcaster in his own right, at least in terms of his output. Blobs are quite weak to magic as well, but they are pretty strong against physical attacks. That's why I'm focusing on using that instead. So we got Titanium Crouch, I believe. Yep. Let's go for a list, and we could of course sell that later and get some more cash. Alright. This time I should be able to show off crosscut, because of course I'm going to have a list focus on the blob, and Han's going to do that as well. So yeah, crosscut destroys things, as you can see. Now, we only get one use of it at the moment before we rest, but as characters level up, they actually gain more uses of skills. Which is really, really nice. Might have wanted to save that actually, but never mind. You see what I mean there, by the way. Grizz takes most of the attacks because he's actually in the middle. And so therefore he'll be focused on first. I actually don't have any healing items for him. He could very well die here. Oops. Oh well. When in Rome, as they say. Lives by 1 hit point. What luck. That's ridiculous. Alright, let's get him on his feet. That didn't even really heal most of his health, but, well, never mind. We're likely to need to actually come out of this dungeon, but that's why I have the escape pipe for. Ooh, that's quite nasty, actually. Alright, we'll run from this one. Cannot escape. Whoops. So yeah, we took a licking there. Right, we retreated. So yeah, probably about as good a time as any to actually get out of the dungeon. Doodaloo-doodaloo-doo. And we're out. So yeah, having one of those handy, like, is really useful just for getting out of dungeons if you're running low on health. Like, you're not forced to actually try and escape and then, like, run away, which is really, really nice. The game's quite good like that. However, Rude is not the only character that learns those skills that those items provide. So, thankfully, there'll be a point later when we can have, you know, someone else do that. Also, my controllers do it. Ah, there we go. Alright. Let's go buy some more gear then. Yep. Take 2 of those. And we'll equip the gear. Right, we'll buy some monomates. Let me just mash my button here, my close slash button. If you play Guilty Gear, you know what that is. I'm mashing as hard as I can! Buy faster! Alright, that'll do. One more of those, because we'll need that when we're done with the dungeon. To answer your question, Rito, I actually bought this from Steam, so I'm playing it on an emulator that came with it, the official one. This is also why the game actually looks like quite smooth, because I've got anti-alias on for it. So we'll sell all of our gear that we don't need anymore. And we should be hot to trot. Right, let's go back in and go straight down to the bottom to go get that magical stone curing nonsense. If I weren't getting lost. I think Grizz is drunk. Alright. We'll run from that one. Yeah, a surprising number of Genesis and Mega Drive games are actually available on Steam, and they all come through the same emulator platform, which is really, really nice. They're also dirt cheap as well. I think I picked Phantasy Star IV up for like £3, maybe less than that even. Char's leveled up, that's quite nice. Now remember where the actual stairs were. They're at the bottom on the right. And Han could just sit there, you know, and wave his pom-poms around, cheer the team on. And agility reduction would be a big problem if these guys didn't disintegrate, you know, but, well, that's how it goes. Alright, so we're on the bottom floor. Nothing there. And again, we'll have Han defend. Save our TP for something more, you know, dangerous. Ah, so Grizz is poison. That's really irritating. Well, thankfully Han has the anti-technique, so I will actually... Poison does about what you'd expect, of course, for a JRPG. Depletes health over time. Oh, fair enough. Now, poison does persist while you're in the open world, so we'll get rid of it now. It does, like paralysis, though, actually disappear after a time. Easy peasy. So yeah, since we got the Titan mail now, we actually take a significant reduction in damage, which is quite nice. I don't know what Doran does, actually. I'll have to figure that out. Oh, Grizz, you moron. Whoops. I accidentally fired up my, the Tri-Blaster macro, which is a bit overkill. Alright, let's go down the middle. So let's try down on this one. This is the wind attack that hits everything. Not a great amount of damage, to be honest. It's kind of crap. Oh well. Well, the Soul Stool's dealt with anyway, so we'll just clean up the rest of them. Is it now? Well, excuse me while I crank that up a little bit. There we go. Give Grizz a little pick-me-up there, and we're good. I do have to say I despise mazes like this. They are a bit irksome. Oh, so it's literally to the right. Well, don't I feel foolish? Yeah, the music in this game is fantastic, and it only gets better later on. Like, some of the themes for like later bosses and environments are just incredible. Bear with me just a second, my controller's wigging out a little bit. I'm using an incredibly cheap DS4 cable, which is a bit irritating, so it occasionally wigs out if I hold it at the wrong angle. Take that, Toadstool! I never cared for microfungi anyway! Well, that's just rude. Like, this is meant to be a medicine to, like, you know, cure being turned to stone, and they decide to keep it sealed at the bottom of this monster-infested basement. Can you imagine if you had someone who was diabetic in this village and they needed insulin? Alright, oh, well, Jim, you've got to go down to the monster-infested basement to go and stop them from having a type 2 diabetic attack. Like, what? Can't you just keep it in a cabinet? Jesus. Alright, let's empty out this stuff. Right, that's the cure for the actual... that's the cure for the stone, you know, illness that we needed. So that's good, we've got that. One way or another, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you, get you, get you. No, that really is Grizz's character. Oh, come on, Chaz. You know full well he's going to be the first disc boss of this game. Come. Good grief. See? Grizz is perceptive. Oh, he was just arbitrarily saying stuff. He wasn't, you know, lampshading future fate. Jesus Christ. You know, this game, like, does nice little things like that. It's given us an escape pipe in this final chest, so we can actually teleport out of this dungeon. So if you didn't actually buy one, you can just, you know, use that to escape. That's really nice of it, actually. Doodle-doodle-doo, and we're out. Now I've turned the music up, by the way, you can enjoy how happy this village is, despite the fact that, you know, their sister village was completely nuked into the earth earlier. Alright, first trip to the inn. Alright, now we could walk all the way back to Birth Valley to go and save, you know, our friend. Or we could be smart about it and use the telepipe. Now it was Zima that Birth Valley was in, so let's just go straight there. It's just a, you know, a balm or a lotion that you rub onto the skin. It works nicely. And it smells like potpourri as well. You can tell this guy's definitely, you know, the most senior professor with that magnificent beard that fades into his hair. I like to imagine his beard is also still made of stone. Oh, good heavens, no. I cannot imagine what Han's paperwork must look like. You're right, Reno, you're actually right, especially with that pillar of light behind him. Let's go get hammered. I do love how Chaz there is in his Sunday, you know, casuals, enjoying a nice cup of Earl Grey. That is rude of him not to even refer to him directly. Well, good luck with that, Grizz. It's probably going to skin you alive and wear you as a coat. Well, normally we would, but, well, speed lines are happening, so, you know, let's go see what's happening outside. Hi guys, can I come out to play? I want to say hello. So, this is the first boss again, and he was easy enough when I was level 1, but I've now leveled up a few times. I have another party member, so this is going to be laughably easy. It's not even going to be funny how easy this boss fight is going to be. That's actually no, we'll save that. There's a good reason for that. By the way, the boss music for this game is incredible as well. Going to boost Chaz's attack power so we can have him crank out the crosscut for 10 bajillion damage. Yeah, Grizz is going to be on clean-up duty for the rest of this fight. Now let's bust out some real damage. Yep. KO. Absolutely bodied. I literally do not know why they introduced the same boss again unless it was to make explicit that, yes, this is the place where the monsters come from. Well, how's it now, Liz? It's a bit low now, like... This is a translation issue, so I think she meant like his sword swing, but it could mean his goofy haircut for all we know. Just robbing more money from the poor guy. And yes, you do indeed get 1,000 Miseta for doing that. Again, little details, this game is great for him. So before we go in there, stop by the inn. Now, because the town's actually been turned back to normal, the shops are open, so we'll go visit the weapons store. And they're all rubbish. I mean, again, I like the idea of the game keeping it consistent, like that this is like one of the first towns you visit and therefore the weapons aren't going to be as good. But, man. That being said, we do have new gear that we can buy for Han and Alice, so that's nice. The axe at least can be bought for him, so that's something. It's going to turn out to be rubbish now, isn't it? No, it's actually better. Ah, the most exciting part of the Let's Play. Equipment management. Now hopefully... Just about. That'll do. So there we go. Han's now got 2 shields and he can effectively tank and won't die. So that's nice. Man, I hope they let set up a frequent buyer's card for this kind of stuff. Alright, we'll nip to the tool store as well because we do want to get a telepipe. Just for later. And I'm 5 Miseta short for it, which sucks. Let's go sell something then. We're not going to need that. Alright, we're flat broke, but we're completely kitted out for the dungeon ahead. So, let's be off. So, as a quick recap, monsters are coming out of this place. And it's apparently a curse, so what can we possibly expect inside Birth Valley? Well, we're going to go back to the place we were at before where, the door was shut. Not that way, there's just an empty chest there, of course. Now, the monsters are the same as before, so, well, that happens, so we don't even need to really worry. But yeah, I don't know, evil sorcerer down here I'm expecting, something like that. Be easy. I mean, nothing strange or unusual down at the bottom of Birth Valley? Nah, no way. And yeah, that's how weak the monsters are at this point, compared to the equipment we've got. I'll just lie here for a bit. It's nice and cozy. And... yep. We are now in a future laboratory where monsters are grown. Like I said before, Alice is the best. The nice thing about this dungeon and other dungeons like it that we'll see in the future is they always have very helpful follow the lines to see the tour. But this is also the point where we start meeting robots. Now, robots have a number of common attributes in this game, and they're all vulnerable to electric magic, which we don't have yet, so that's not really helpful. They are also immune to certain instant death techniques that only work on organic creatures. But we'll be seeing more interactions with them later, like more combat-related stuff. These ones also don't take a significant amount of damage from spells either. Alright, we'll check that console out. Like I said, follow the line for the tour, you know? It's like the Jurassic Park thing. Do. Now, Han actually isn't much use here, so I'm just going to have him do buffs for the most part. Nice critical. Since Han's not really much use here for actually doing damage, I'm just going to have him do, you know, backup healing and, you know, general support. It's like saying nice things about our heroes. And yes, there is loot in this place. That's not particularly good loot, mind you, but there is loot, I assure you. Now, I think these ones actually do take more damage from my memory, so we'll give this a go. Yep, we've gone from, you know, giant caterpillars to, oh my god, Grizz is getting turned into, you know, a pincushion. There we go. You know, ancient herbal medicine is the perfect thing for bullet wounds. Nothing there, because once again the JRPG designers are cheapskates. Ah, so we get a palette swap. So these guys are tougher. But again, these, you know, living tonsils aren't too difficult. I mean, look at that. Okay, that's a bit more dangerous. And so is that. Alright, let's follow the handy yellow line. Oh, man. 2 ways to go. To the west section? To the central blocks. So we east coast or west coast here, I'm not sure. I'm going to go with east coast for the moment. Actually, let's turn back, because I have a feeling that leads to a cutscene. Oh man, look at this dude here. So yeah, this one didn't come out of the thingy, but... You're entirely correct, Doc. It does, like, that's one of the reasons I love Cosmic Star so much, because it literally did borrow from this quite heavily. And reminded me quite a lot of it. So Chaz has actually just learned one of the escape techniques, which is quite nice. Oh god, it's the fishmen. These guys, as it happens, are weak to thunder as well, but again, we don't have any thunder magic right now, so nothing really can do with that. Now, because Alyssa's the fastest, I'm actually going to have her heal Chaz up, and we're good. God damn it. Gonna hit water if you fell out of a boat. Alright, let's go west coast instead. Please let there be loot. Please let there be loot. Alright, get Hans to a quick bit of healing. The game does ramp up in difficulty quite a fair bit, especially gets to later on. So, like, the first dungeon was just baby stuff, and this is now significantly more dangerous. Someone's been here before. That's just rude. But that being said, that'll be armor for a less. Any other loot? Right, these guys, if I remember correctly, were actually quite tough, as in, like, they just don't take a lot of damage, so... Let's... do that, and we'll have Han do that. So, Han, even though he has 2 shields up, still took 14 damage, which is quite a significant amount. And you can see these guys do not take a lot of damage. Let's try something a little different. Yeah, barely even scratches them. Thankfully, because Sue is non-elemental, it goes straight through their magic defenses, which is quite nice. Nope. Can we get the Tri-Blaster off? Let's give it a go. No, we can't. Oh. That's one of them dead anyway. 3 of them even. Really now? This is JRPG randomness now, just doing me in. But that's fine. Right, that'll do. Let's continue following the very helpful line. Well, that's not helpful at all. Say, this game is sometimes really nice, but sometimes it trolls you quite hard as well. Alright, let's try and clear these out as quickly as we can. Well, chances of getting turned into a pincushion. Nope. I should be able to manage this. Just need to stay on top of the little nasties. But yeah, dungeons in this game can become more of a resource management thing than anything else. Especially given how hard enemies can hit. And that's why it's always good to have healing items with you, of course. Now that is rude. Oh. So yeah, again, Grizz does clean up duty, cleaning up the monsters as they spawn, while the rest of them wail on the actual guy in the middle. And we're good. Right, yeah, you can the reason the menu came down is literally on the frame that I went to the battle, I actually hit the menu to pull up just to check if anyone needed healing. Funny how that works. We are running on fumes here a little bit, so hopefully we'll get to the end shortly. This isn't actually a very long dungeon. East Coast, as it turns out, was the cutscene as I originally suspected. I'm going to run from these guys. The guys on the right, the little dumpy ones that look like turtles, they are very dangerous, so we'll give those a miss. Alright, so let's go East Coast again, or I would. Alright, we should be able to take this guy if he's on his own. There you go. Alright. So you might recall from the very first dungeon that there were tubes a lot like these that were growing monsters in them, and well, that's where they shipped these back from. Right, we have a surprise attack, so we might as well kill them all. Every bit of experience helps. Clean sweep. Alright, clean break for the exit, clean break for the exit! No. Again, we should be able to take these guys. I'm going to try actually using Vortex, which is an instant death skill, so hopefully it will work, but like all instant death skills in JRPGs, it's not guaranteed. Oh. I completely forgot that it wasn't an instant death skill, so that shows how much I don't know about this game. It just does a lot of extra damage. So that's nice. Yeah, mildly embarrassed about that, I must admit. Not. I played this game several times and I don't recall. Oh my god. I've well thought that that was going to be the end of it, but it's not. That being said, we have a new star for chance, which is very nice, and that's a substantial attack power boost. It's just one of those things now where you're hoping you don't end up in as many, like, getting rinsed by random encounters. Oh, almost made it. Right, running from that one. Oh man, East Coast and West Coast again. This is a tough decision. We'll go West this time. Turns out it's actually the exact same thing. And there's the Professor dude. Also, he looks like he's gone much faster in the intervening 15 minutes since this happened. And 10,000 DeviantArt accounts were suddenly opened. But yes, Rika is going to be one of the main party members for the rest of the game, and, well, I'll explain more when we get out of this place, but she starts off very weak and then becomes probably one of the strongest character members in the entire game. I am very pleased to report as well she is not a Diclonius from Elfen Lied. Thank God for that. As, you know, 1,000-year-old civilizations are wont to do. Couldn't have just made a bar or something. No! This is from a nation advantage. Han, you're a scholar. You're meant to be smart. Get with the program, man. The Great Collapse, in case you're wondering, is actually relating to the events of Phantasy Star II. Yes, there was a Phantasy Star III, and no, we don't talk about it. So yeah, this planet, Motavia, that we're on, normally is a completely barren desert wasteland, and the only reason people can even live here is because of these systems, which are now all simultaneously, 1,000 years to the day after the Great Collapse, all falling apart. I mean, I don't know, maybe their two-factor authentication ran out, I don't know, maybe they didn't reset the passwords, could be any number of reasons, but it seems a bit suspect. Yeah, sees the computer, but I'll be fair to these guys, they don't know. Nope, control's gone again. Amateur streaming, it's great. Delightful technical issues. Strange game. The only way to win is not to play. And check my status here, it's called It's Complicated. It's almost like Phantasy Star the end of Millennium predicted our current issues. Who'd have thought, eh? Inform Greenpeace! So basically, Grizz is opting for, option, total destruction as opposed to option total destruction. Okay, so the plant nervous, we've got to shut that down. We've got to rescue this android named Demi. Alright, fair enough. I wonder who might have kidnapped her. Oh, well, who'd have thought? A very imaginatively named fortress here, Couldn't have been called Absalom or anything like that. Just no, Zio's fort. Zio's crib, Yep, nothing can possibly go wrong by assaulting the fortress of an evil black magician. No way. We didn't put this much effort in our character design for us to only stay here for the rest of the game, goddammit. Oh, God, nothing gets past these guys, the smartest people on this planet. Now, this again actually is a reference to Phantasy Star II. There were two primary characters in that game named Nay and Nay First who were actually good and evil versions of each other, and spoilers for Phantasy Star 2, Nay First practically destroys another planet, and good Nay, good Nay, as it happens, is a friend of the lead Pi member, but then of course dies. Rika, as it turns out, is an improved, iterated version of Nay. She has a basic education, she can count to 6. We'll take her, stick her on the bus, wrap her up, make sure some air holes, and we'll deliver to the nearest town. It'll be great. To Reddit! I like little moments like that, by the way, where they, don't actually use any dialogue, but still with the very limited, top-down thing, do that moment she looks back, it's like, bye, Dad! Bye! That can't be good. I like to imagine that, for all the time that Rika's been around, the only thing she ever watched on C's computers were things like Fortnite streams. I mean, we've all seen The Fifth Element, we know how this goes. The Well of Seed! Yeah, the translation's a bit hokey in places, and since it's not voiced, it just makes it come across as the cheesiest thing ever. Which actually isn't that bad for this game, to be honest. It is very fitting. Alright, I'm actually going to end the stream here tonight because there's a lot more that needs to be done, and I'm going to actually get some grinding done, because if I just very quickly show you... Save there we go. But if I end up showing you Rika as it is at the moment... you'll note that she's only level 1. Again, like I said before, this game's very good with using levels to denote things like she's never actually been outside. But that being said, she's already actually very strong. She's actually arguably as strong as Han, only at level 1, and she gets some of the best skills in the game. She's an all-round great buffer and also can heal. She's pretty good at everything, and she levels up ridiculously quickly. But I am going to do some grinding to get that done off screens, because no one wants to see me walking around in circles outside this town levelling her up. At which point we'll then move on to next progress. But anyway, thank you all, everyone who actually joined tonight. It's been great having you all here. Hope you've all enjoyed it and found it entertaining. I will come back to streaming this at some point next week, but of course, for those of you who are Warui Deshou fans and are here for the anime discussion, we will be back next week, of course, with streams for episodes 9 and 10 of Banana Fish. So you can definitely expect those, and I hope to have you all there. Otherwise, thank you all very much for joining us. I've been Shadon, and I hope you all have a fantastic evening. And as always, everyone, embrace each other, everyone, to the ends of the universe, and a very good night.